Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Let's do some fun. Well, I don't know if it's going to be that fun, but we're going to see if it's going to be fun today. But before I get into it, got to do my ads. So all the ways you can support me are linked in the description below. I'm going to highlight a few of them here, which one of them is Gunforged. It's my first release as a full-time indie developer. So this is a great way to support me if you want to purchase that. Also leave a review if you end up playing it. I see that somebody did leave a review, so that's nice. So yeah, if you end up playing it, if you like 2D roguelite shooters, then that's a good way to support me. You can also support me by purchasing my newest course, Create a Complete Online Co-op Multiplayer Game in Godot 4. It's got 600 students already, but I need some more ratings. So if you've bought the course and haven't left a rating yet, give me an honest review. That helps me with the Udemy rankings for sure. And again, this is a great way to support me. And it's also a great way to learn everything you need to know about making multiplayer games. So, well, everything you need to know is a little bit of a stretch. I don't teach you how to build an MMO. But if you're just looking to create like a co-op game or, you know, a game for like 4 to 8 players, you know, playing simultaneously, whether it's PvP or PvE, this course teaches you basically all the stuff you need to know about the Godot high-level networking system to do that. And so, yeah, I think it's I think you'll like it. I think if you've enjoyed my previous courses, I think this one is basically just more of the same in the sense of the quality that you expect. So anyway, use my referral code if you're going to buy it. That's in the description below. I also need to update some other places with the referral code. And guess what? Guess who now owns the domain godotcourses.com? It's me. Can you believe that domain wasn't taken? godotcourses.com. So I'm going to probably set up a landing page, like an SEO optimized landing page for my courses at that domain. And that's going to be really fun. So we'll see how that works. I'm going to try my own marketing, see if I can pump up my numbers. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point. Let's get right into the stream. Hello, Edo Makes Games. Welcome back. Hello, Vaughn. Good to see you. You have a new stream set up. Yeah, let me know if you like it or not. I made the screen bigger, and I also made the chat disappear after 10 seconds when it comes up on screen. But I still have the featured chat. Good morning, Emerson. Hello, Ali. Welcome. Adam, always good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Rin. Great to have you back. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, a couple of changes to the stream layout here. So like I said, I made the screen bigger. The banners now appear at the bottom still, but they're kind of clipping into the video a little bit, which is great. And they also persist across my scenes as well. Previously, those little banners would only show up on this scene in OBS, but now when I go to my stream starting or stream paused, it also shows up there. Anyway, I figured this might give you some more space, especially for those on mobile. You should be able to see a little bit better, but if you don't like it, we can always revert back. I backed up the old configuration, so. I also forgot my drink. Gee dang it. I'm now making a co-op platformer for 2 players where player head is bounce pad. What do you think of the idea? That sounds really fun. Like a cooperative platformer where you have to utilize each other, so to speak, to get to the goal. That sounds great, yeah. Okay, I forgot my water. Let me go grab that real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right, so yesterday on the bonus stream last night, I kind of left off. I was trying to improve some mouse detection on the cards, and I was using Area 2Ds, and that's not working because there's this little sneaky part of the documentation, which I probably should have read before, but inside of Collision Object 2D, mouse entered. Due to the lack of continuous collision detection, the signal may not be emitted in the expected order, and the order is actually very important for what I'm doing. So I actually can't use Area 2Ds, or there's not an easy way to make it work with Area 2Ds. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. What I'm going to do instead of using a mouse area here is I am going to create a node 2D, or I'm just going to make this a node 2D. I'm going to call this mouse areas, and I'm just going to add control nodes instead. And we're going to see how that works. So inside of my card here, we've got mouse area. Let's rename this to mouse areas, and we're going to make this a node 2D. And now here, mouse areas. Yeah, so now I need to, this is going to have to be different now. So we can get rid of this. Disable mouse area. This is going to have to be for each var child in mouse areas dot get children of type control child dot mouse filter equals mouse filter enum ignore. I'll just do control enable mouse area dot stop. Okay, so now when we create these areas in here, we are not going to do a collision shape anymore. We're going to do control equals new control. Size is equal to that, and we'll just set the custom minimum size equal to cellrect.size. Actually, you know what I can do? Control.set. Oh, I can't. Okay, done. And then we'll do position. Well, I'll set this position afterwards. What are you doing? Okay. Now I can, the nice thing is I can change this to a color rect when I want to see how it's working. And we also need to, for that control dot mouse exited on mouse exited. So there we go. All right, let's see what happens. Odd, I did not get a stream start notification. YouTube doing YouTube things, I guess. Yeah, the notifications are sometimes very delayed or they just don't go out, and I don't know why. Stream setup is good because main screen is bigger, but I think you should view chat messages and they should not disappear. Well, I still have the featured chat here so that I could pull it up while I'm addressing a specific comment. But I guess I didn't really see a point in keeping the chat messages on screen permanently. I think they show up for 10 seconds and then they disappear. And that's mostly just for VOD purposes. I think that anyone watching the VOD who doesn't also have the live replay available for whatever reason can see the chats as they come in with plenty of time to read them. And then, you know, as I'm addressing things, I can pull them up like this. So that's useful for like when I'm answering a question, the question context is right there on the screen, you know? But, you know, I'm open to changing it again, changing it back. Oh my. I don't need this offset, I don't think. So this is a little bit janky, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so these are all the control nodes now that are being added. Now the problem is I'm gonna be detecting... See, I'm getting exited, entered there. I need to make it detect that, well, that might not actually be a problem. Oh, except now, oh shoot. This might actually not work either. Oh goodness. I can't drag cards now because that mouse input is getting eaten. Oh wait, now I can. Can't drag that anymore, can't drag this anymore. What in the heck is going on? Oh, it's still detecting drag events when I start dragging, right. Okay, well, we gotta debug some things here, I guess. But I verified that that's covering everything correctly, so... Hello, Infinity01, welcome back. I can always see the full chat beside the video in the browser. Is that not the norm? No, that is the norm. I think with VODs, sometimes the chat replay isn't available. And also, I think if you're on mobile and you're full screen, you probably can't see the chat. Hello, Schnitzel Frito. Any tips for someone who started up a project and noticed during development that would be too big but doesn't want to lose what they've already done? Well, what I would do in that case is I would try to identify if there's like a core mechanic or something that I really like about the game, or the mechanic that sort of makes the game, and I would just try to do as much with that mechanic in as small of a scope as possible. So the question is like, why is your game too big? Is your game too big because you wanted to have a really big story? If that's the case, then you might have to cut down the scope of the story and just get to like the gist of the story very quickly. Is it too big because you wanted to make like an RPG with multiple zones or whatever? Then maybe what you could do is explore procedural generation, or just limit the total number of zones that you have to like 1 or 2 and see what you can do. Like, I guess my advice to you would be voluntarily adopt as many constraints as you can. So let's say you're making an RPG and your initial plan was to have a bunch of different zones, right? Well, what I would do is I would say, okay, what would it look like if I made this RPG take place in just one zone, right? So I just make one level. Can I squeeze a lot of fun out of just that, right? So it depends on what kind of game you're making, but yeah, try to adopt constraints that feel somewhat restrictive, and then work within those constraints. And I think you'd be surprised at how creative you can be if you really take those constraints seriously and you say, I'm not allowed to do X, Y, or Z thing. I missed why you switched controls from Area 2Ds. The Area 2Ds do not emit the mouse entered and mouse exited signals in order, which means that a mouse exited signal can come after a mouse entered signal, which completely screws up the logic that I have for the cards. So that's why. Now, why can't I drag these things? I haven't encountered that using Area 2Ds. It's possible that, I mean, the out of order, really it only happens when the Area 2Ds are like really close to each other. So if I were to run my mouse across this very quickly, that's when the out of order signals happen. So I can't click that. Oh, this needs to be back to pass. I think that's what was happening. I had a similar problem when I started working on my game and ended up changing drag and drop to click and drop. Yeah, the drag and drop can be very annoying. Okay, this appears to be working pretty good. So what I need to do is now in my card mouse events manager, what I need to do is force mouse exit. If dragging card is not equal to null. Return. Let's see if that has any negative side effects. Hello, Snup Bill, with the message yummers. We all appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Always good to have you in the stream here. Okay. Mouse. All right, I don't want to do that. So mouse exited. Dragging card equals. So begin drag. Disable mouse area first. So what I want to see is the mouse exited signal before the card assigned print. That would be ideal. So let's see. Make this smaller. Yes, the exited fires before the card gets assigned. Excellent. So this is going to work great, actually. So dragging card equals card. So now what I can do is I can do the same check in here. So now I'm not detecting mouse over events when I'm dragging a card. And when I release the card, that's when the new mouse events come up. Okay, that appears to be working much better. And I can do this. Does this still work? All of this stuff still works, I think. Okay. Sweet. I think it's working. Probably should do a little bit of a test, but... Wow, this ox is getting healed quite a bit. Although I think I'm going to win because of the necrosis. Nice. Upgrade. I envy your project structure. Well... by the way, just wondering, is using existing sprites and heavily edits, is it cheating? You have to check your game jam rules. Game jams will often have rules about what assets you're allowed to use. Some game jams will say, no, you have to create all the assets yourself. And other game jams will say, yeah, you can use anything that you're legally allowed to use. So in terms of existing sprites, like if you created the sprites and the game jam allows you to use any existing sprites, then yeah, you can pull in the sprites and use them. I don't think that would be cheating if the game jam rules explicitly allow that. So yeah, it depends on the rules of your game jam. You'll have to check. Okay, this seems to be working pretty well, actually. Upgrade card again. Alchemy. Let's alchemize this with the dowsing rod. Oh, whoops. Oh no. Okay, we'll just take this morale then. I keep forgetting I buffed that dowsing rod quite a bit. Okay, max health increase. I just did 15 damage twice. Wow, that's crazy. Nice. Okay. Ooh, we can get an artifact. Let's do it. Let's just enchant this morale. Why not? Boom. Increases critical multiplier. Yes, please. Now it has a 2 times critical multiplier. Excellent. Artifact. Let's see what we get. Ooh, we got the basilisk eye. Exhaust a random enemy minion. Yeah, we gotta take that one for sure. Okay. We'll go back into combat here. Excellent. Oh, boss time. Let's see how it goes. I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die for sure. Although I did chunks to this guy. Anyway, I need to clean up some of my debug stuff. Could not match member overlaid texture. Oh, we got a bunch of issues here. Attempted to disconnect a non-existent signal connection. Huh? Oh, this doesn't need to be deferred anymore, I don't think. Do I even need to do that card disconnection? I don't know if I need to do that, honestly. Let's do this. Move those callables back into there. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of this mouse entered callable. Get rid of the force mouse exit. I don't need that anymore. I don't need this. Okay. I don't need these prints, I don't think. What else? I don't need this update mouse over state for card. Yeah, so using control nodes actually cleaned that up quite a bit. So that's great. I'm also going to go to my run manager and remove this add random artifact and then the dowsing rod here. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of the alembic. Get rid of the orbital class, phylactery. You know what I might do? Just start the player with a couple of skeleton warriors. Get rid of everything else. Okay, let's do a quick test here. Good morning, Schlurgy. Forgot to fix the dowsing rod, yeah. Noted, nice new stream layout and chat layout, by the way. Thanks, I'm glad you like it. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Pokey Teo. Welcome. Good to see you. Since the morale already had 1.5 crit multiplier, should the 1.5 enchant make it 2.25x instead of 2x? No, it's not multiplicative, it's additive. So it adds 50% chance, not increases it by 50%. I guess I could change that wording. Good morning, Chris. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. All right, let's just do another quick run through and just make sure everything's correct. Oh, I forgot to change overlay texture. Where is that being referenced? Card inspector, boom, gone. Got to clean up all those errors. All right, so I'm starting off the combat with 2 Skeletrons. Let's go ahead and put them in there. All right, combat. Should we fight the Ox? Ox 3? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, let's try it. Deal 4 damage. Damage increases by 4. Why does that seem like it's not working properly? Oh, I think it is. I think this damage increase... Oh, I'm gonna win this. No problem. Goodbye, Ox. Sweet. There needs to be more boosters on the map. I need to do some map balancing. I have no way of getting cards except through the shop and boosters. Maybe there's a shop on the map that I can use. Let's auto-resolve this one. Got some money. There's a shop there, and there's a booster there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it. Collect some more gold, or more currency. Ooh, barely won that one. Increase the board size. Go to the booster. Let's do... I guess we'll do more minion cards, why not? A Corvid, Salamander. Let's take the Salamander. Okay. To the board size increase. So now I can put the Salamander in here. We'll go to the health increase. We'll grab another board increase here. We'll go to the shop. What do you got for me? Ooh, a Phoenix. Are we doing a fire build? Let's grab the Phoenix. Apply 22 fire. That scaling is not very good, is it? Max health increase. Do I want to buy? I've got 30 blood. Syringe. Giant finger. Oh, I need tooltips for this. I forgot to add tooltips for these. Let's do enchant. Let's enchant this. Okay, so these are just critical chance things. So what I'll do instead is I'll put the skeleton there. Increase critical chance. I have enough money to upgrade now. So let's do that. Upgrade. Cool. I don't have enough money for anything else, and these are reappearing. Why is that happening? Okay, the shop is still kind of buggy, I guess. One more combat to go. It's got 26 fire on it. Goodness gracious. Okay, boss time. Probably going to lose against the boss again. Let's see. What do you use for auto completion? It's Copilot. Copilot plus the typical IntelliSense. I can never beat this boss, so I need to work on the balancing. We'll do a balance stream one of these days where I just tweak a bunch of things, but we'll do that at some point in the future. Anyway, rework mouse handling. The mouse handling seems okay, like everything's working as expected now, and I think there's no errors. Yeah, no more errors. Although this log is still happening. Where is that happening? Get rid of that print. So there's a couple of problems with the shop. So to do shop events sometimes appear after being purchased. That's a bug. Shop artifacts have no tooltip. Bug. Okay, so we'll address those things in a second. Or not today, I mean later. Remove print. I think either the boss needs to be weaker or the move limit should be removed. Well, the move limit is part of the design. The whole point of the map is that there's supposed to be some strategy around what path you choose to take, and if you can just visit every node, then it completely kind of defeats the purpose of that. So there definitely needs to be a move limit. That said, I can make the move limit greater. It's currently 10. I can make it 15 and also generate more map nodes. so I could make the map just last longer. So I can increase the move limit, and I think I will make the boss weaker as well. There's not enough time to get strong enough cards yet. There's a bunch of things I can do. So first, one problem that I'm noticing is that I'm not getting enough card opportunities. So there probably needs to be more boosters on the map, or I could change the booster so that way you can take all of the cards that are presented to you. So you choose a grave or whatever, and it has cards that are all the same tag. So if you choose a minion grave, you get minions, and then you can get all of the minions, right? So that is a way that I could do that as well. So there's a lot of things to play with for sure. I'm just gonna have to do a bunch of play testing, and obviously open it up for public play testing and collect feedback as well. So all that stuff is going to be necessary for sure. Getting a pack sounds better than a card. Yeah, you like the idea of getting all of them. Is that Notion? It's Obsidian with the Kanban community plugin. That's how boosters work IRL. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was kind of following the Balatro model where when you open a booster pack, you get to choose one card, but I don't know if that works for my game. There's lots of stuff to tweak for sure. Lots of stuff to tweak for sure. Let's work on the map though, just generally speaking from a visual standpoint, because the map right now is currently very boring. There's not a lot going on here in terms of motion. So there's a couple of things that I can do for this. So obviously the player needs to be a little bit more visually interesting, I think. So one thing that I want to do is add particles to that player. So I'm just going to copy this. I don't even know where that player is, honestly. Map UI. Oh wait, here. Map container player here. Make unique recursive. And we're gonna have to do a lot of work with this one, but that's okay. First of all, the amount needs to go way down. Okay. Why is angular velocity, radial velocity? Let's get rid of this. There we go. Where's my scale? Oh my goodness, I'm getting lost in here. No, not scale. That's not what I want. Velocity. Goodness gracious. Okay, we can just see how that looks real quick. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm gonna make it slower though. That looks better. I think getting all the cards would be better. Also think bigger map, more moves is the right move. Hello, Neozoid. You're also sacrificing cards and combining cards in this game. Yeah, cards aren't just your build, they're also a resource. That's true, yeah. So yeah, I definitely think we can make those changes. Hello, Dragon Apple. You could have multiple types of boosters, like a fire booster, etc. Yeah, I do have themed boosters for sure. What's lurk? Lurk just means that people are watching but not participating in the chat. It's a bit dark in the map. Yeah, I can't do anything about that without changing the color palette, so we're gonna have to see what people say when it's actually running on their machines. Are you limited to just that shape for particles? I think skull particles would fit the theme well. No, I'm not limited to that, to the certain particle shape. I could do multiple different particles. Good morning, Lukey. Welcome back. I think a simple mask shadow is fine. Do you want to test your game on Steam Deck? I do, but I don't have controller support yet, so we'll need to add that later. Okay. I'm going to change the scale down. That looks good. I think it's just going a little bit too high. Oh, there's gravity too. I'll just get rid of the gravity. Or maybe I'll keep the gravity in place. Just turn down the initial velocity. There we go. That looks good. Now I need to make this, well, maybe I don't. Looks kind of cool to have the fire trail like that, but I don't know if that's gonna work well. Let's see. Let's find a really long trail. I guess that's kind of cool, actually, the trail that gets left behind. Yeah, might as well keep that. Why not? Yeah, I think that looks fine. Shop idea, buy additional moves. That's a good idea. Buy more moves like delay your timer to a big boss. Yeah. An artifact that increases your moves, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Do you plan to make the map dark and the lantern show the nodes around the player? No, that was not my plan, but that's an interesting idea. Welcome back, NetK, by the way. An artifact that gives additional moves, something like cheat death. Let's see. Let me write that down. Artifacts. Gain additional moves. We can make some of these balance changes today too and see how it works. It should be relatively easy. They're just numbers that I can tweak. And the booster pack thing, I may be able to do that today as well if we want to try that. Why not try Green Lantern? That's an interesting idea. I like the fire trail. Yeah, I think the fire trails works. Do moves already visited node count against you? Yes. So you do have to plan your moves carefully. Again, everything is subject to change, but anytime you visit a node, it counts as a move. So if you don't want to waste a move, you need to plan your route carefully. And also, you can backtrack if you want. So if you want to get a certain node, but you don't want to fight a combat encounter because you might die or you don't want to fight it for whatever reason, you can backtrack, but the penalty for avoiding that node that you don't want to visit is that it still counts as a move, right? Great to see progress of the game from time to time. Yeah, for sure. Like a stealth cloak or silent boots, you only get detected by half or something. Or you have a chance of not getting detected on move. That's a good one, yeah. Since you're going with the more scientific route for the health as of right now, it would be cool to have a vial rack with different sized vials, almost like a necromantic experiment. Like when you revisit the UI. Oh, let me show you. Rack is not exactly what I have, but let me open it up for you. I was making a time-lapse video of this, so it's in a different place, but this is what the new health vial selection looks like so far. I still need to do the third vial and then also get this implemented into the game. So it's not exactly a rack, but they're more visually impressive vials, I think. Adam. An artifact or node called Traveling Salesman that determines the optimal route through the graph that optimizes upgrade potential. Oh goodness. The Traveling Salesman problem as an artifact. The whole file things are messy and the script's location are messy, but Brick, I gotta finish it. Good luck, Cat Hugger. That's awesome, especially exactly the vibe I was going for with the scientific experiment area thing. Yeah, I think it's gonna look good. I just need to finish it. I haven't done that yet. Okay, what other visual elements can we add to the map? So there is one optimization I need to make, which is that all of these things are individual nodes, but these should probably be a tile map so that they're drawn more optimally. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. But we've got some more motion now. I mean, I could add little critters into the thing. I could add... motion. Little campfires with smoke rising out of them. Fireflies or blinking eyes in the woods. That's a good one, yeah. An artifact could be you have small chance to not spend your movements while moving. Yeah. This will be tedious, but make the swords class after some idle time. Oh, these icons here. Yeah, maybe animating the icons would be a good idea. I don't like some of these icons either, especially the health one. I think I want to change that. Change this to like a vial or something. Let me, shoot. Add lantern fire. Do you plan to add some secrets or lore? Maybe. Or the heart beating, yeah. If at least 3 trails create enough space between each other, maybe you can have little structures or bigger sprites in the empty space. Probably an occasional highlight effect to show what's clickable. Yeah. For example, on the left of that big box. Small random movement on the swords. Good morning, Brando. Welcome. Make the tentacle sway, the heart beat, the sword gleam randomly. The problem is I might have to break my rule for no frame-by-frame animations for those things. I guess the tentacles can have a shader, the swords can just have like a glint shader or something. But the other things, yeah, I don't know. Happy game dev, or no, why did I say Hawk game dev? Happy Friday, everybody. Yes, indeed, happy Friday. Let me, let's see, map container. Let me look at the code for this. So this is creating a new sprite. And I believe those are configured here. Yeah, tree scenes, grass scenes. Tile map. I gotta make this a tile map before I go any further. Decorations tile map. I gotta figure out where these decorations even are. Assets map grass 1. Oh goodness, I'm getting lost in my file system now. Assets, map. Yeah, so we got map icons, map mockup. This is not exactly going to work. Let's do this. Let's just create a new 64 by 64. We're going to save this as decorations tiles, or I'll call it tiles decorations. And then I'll bring in everything. So I've got grass 1. Fence 1, grass 2, tree 1. Okay, we'll start with those. What size do I want to make this? I might as well just make it 16 by 16 for now. I hope I don't regret that. I don't think I will, but you know, you never know. This is going to take a lot of effort, but yeah, it's a little bit not ideal to make these all individual nodes. So we're going to make it a tile map instead. Okay, we can export this. I forgot how to make tile maps, so bear with me. Resources. Let's create a new folder. Tiles. Create new tile set. Tiles decorations. Okay, tile size is 16 by 16. Don't automatically create textures in the atlas. Add those 3 things. Now the decorations tile map, I can add the tile set. Can I change? So the tile size is determined by the tile set. So the tile size is 4 by 4, but the tile texture region size is 16 by 16, which means... How do I paint this? Why won't you let me paint? What am I doing? This stuff is so confusing. You're not going to let me paint? Here. So now I can clump grass together like so on 4 by 4 increments. Might look a little bit unnatural, so we're going to see how it looks, but I could also go 2 by 2 if I needed to. But now I got to figure out how to programmatically place these things. So this is tile set. Texture origin 6 or 8. Yeah, 8. All right. Atlas coordinates, atlas coordinates, atlas coordinates. Okay. Oh goodness, let's see how this works. Shades for some, scaling or shifting for others. Right, yeah. Hello, Arion. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Is this an inventory organizing game? It kind of is, yeah. The Grid Inventory Management Auto Battler. So yes. If it isn't my favorite improving mouse handling and other things developer, yes indeed. Why are you not using Godot editor? Well, I can't use C# in the Godot editor. What's up? Oh, what are you doing right now? I'm improving the life of the map, so I'm trying to get the map to look a little bit more lively. But the first step is to get the decorations that I'm placing on the map moved over to a tile map, because I was creating individual sprites for all those things. So let's do private tile map layer. What is it called? Decorations. What is my grass? Is it 0, 0? So we're just going to start with the grass first. So 4 point and grass points. So this is where it's going to be changed. Decorations tilemap dot set cell at coords. Decorations tilemap dot local to map. Local position is the tile position. Source ID. Source is 0. Atlas coords. Vector 2 dot 0. Vector 2 I dot 0. Can I flip decorations tile map? I don't know how to flip tiles. I know how to do it in here. I can flip the tile horizontally. I don't know how to place that though. Programmatically, tile map layer. Well, let's see what methods we have available. How to make a loading screen coming for sure. Why do you say that? Is there a loading screen coming? Set pattern. I don't think it's in tile data. Oh, it is in tile data. Okay. So what I'll do in here then, get cell tile data. So let's do this. Our tile is equal to that. Tile. if math_util_rand sign is equal to 1, we're going to grab the tile data, and then we're going to say data.fliph equals true. And we can get rid of this now. Okay, so now I've switched over the grass to completely using the tile. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So it's programmatically, it takes time to get ready. Maybe, we'll see. Oh, it didn't work. Null reference exception, what? Place decorations. Oh, I know why. I forgot to mark this as unique name. Now let's try it. Okay, we've got grass. We also have a bunch of errors. Transform is only allowed for alternative tiles. Okay. So how do I create an alternative tile? Create an alternative tile. I don't know how alternative tiles work. Okay. Do I just need to create an alternative tile? Is that it? Nope. Alternative tile flip $1, otherwise 0. Okay, let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Cool, no errors and the grass has been placed. Now, it looks a little bit uniform. But I do see that some of the grass is being flipped, so that's great. So I think what I can do for the uniformity of it is I might just turn down the tile size here to 2:2. See if that makes it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, that looks more organic for sure. Cool. And then I also want to change the Y sorting of these things. So tiles. We want to go to tile set paint, Y sort origin, 8. Can I do 7? Just do 8. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Looks fine. Basically the same as what I had with just creating new sprites for each of them. And yeah, I can see that these are being flipped as well. I don't know what the point of the alternate tiles is. Is that documented in here? Okay, none of that is helpful. I don't know. Who knows what alternative tiles are? Anyway, So we've got an alternative tile for that one. I guess I'm gonna need an alternative tile for this one as well. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna move this over to the trees now. It's 2, 0. So I'm basically just gonna copy this, paste this here. Tile position, flip is equal to, yep, that. This is gonna be new vector2.i, or vector2i, 2, 0. Okay, let's see what that does. If you're trying to learn, there's a dude on Udemy that has a whole course based on C# and tile sets to make a puzzle game in Godot. Yeah, true. It's true. Why not live at Twitch? My audience is here mostly, and also Twitch doesn't allow you to show the chat from alternate platforms on a Twitch stream. So I wouldn't be able to show the YouTube chat on screen, according to the Twitch terms of service. I also just don't like Twitch. I think it's like a mess of a platform, just in terms of the user experience. Every time I go there, I'm like, what the heck am I looking at? Too much. There's too much going on. All right, so let's see. I guess the trees look okay. Oh, did I not set the Y-sort origin of these things properly? I did. Oh, I gotta set it up the alternate tile too, right. Okay. Sneaky, sneaky. That's not correct. Okay, so some of the Y sorting is not correct. Oh, maybe I just need to have it... Maybe if I leave it at 0, it'll be fine. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Wait a minute. Paint, texture origin, right. I need to set that there. Maybe I do need the Y-sort origin to be 8 as well. I don't know, let's see. Congrats on the new course, looks great. Wishing you the most success. Thank you, John Andrew Davis. Thank you, appreciate that. It's true, Firepelly, keep going for more exciting games. Is your new course GDScript or C#? It's GDScript, yeah. Yep, hello Yeet, welcome back. And also welcome to the stream, Azabia, welcome, welcome. All right, how are we liking these? Why is the Y-sort not working? Did I configure the Y-sort wrong? So I guess I just need to play around with this until I get something sensible here. What in the heck is going on? Do I need to enable Y-sort on the tilemap itself? Oh, maybe I do need to do that. So I turned Y-sort on the tilemap. Is it appearing logically now? I think so. Yeah, I think that's okay. Sweet. Okay, so now I'm no longer using nodes as the tilemap stuff. So this should be a little bit more efficient, at least from rendering. As far as loading, I don't know how efficient it's going to be. Oh wait, that... No, that's right. Whatever, I think it's fine. Cool. So that was not as much work as I thought it was going to be. But now I can start to add more stuff to the map, more life to the map. And there will be some points where I will want to add like individual scenes. But in terms of these things, these grass scenes, tree scenes, these are going away. And I'm going to delete grass 1 here. I have a grass 2 as well that I can add to my thing. So I might want to make this a little bit more configurable as well. Let's build this. I need a way of configuring the grass atlas coordinates. So I can delete this. And then tree. I don't think I'm referencing these anywhere. Nope. What else is in that decorations directory? A wagon. I never did add the wagon. Well, we'll keep the wagon in there for now. Delete all those. Okay. So this definitely needs to be made a little bit more configurable. So maybe we'll do a little bit of that real quick because I have another grass texture that I'm not using. Where is that grass texture? Grass 2. Anyway, refactor decorations to use Tilemap. Okay, it's B like bee. Gotcha. As a bee. The course is great. Just finished it yesterday. You finished the multiplayer course? Dang. Well, I think you might be the first one to finish it. Congratulations. I'm glad you like it. Course shows up first when I search Godot. It does? No way. You're pulling my chain here. Let's see. Should we search it together, see if Yeet is lying to me? Oops, I'm already zoomed in. Godot. Oh, it's on the new, it's here. So it might be, the results might be based on your own personalized results or something, but for me, as an unsigned in user, it appears as the 6th result here, right alongside my C# course. Dang, look at that. Hot and new. Very cool, very cool. Sweet. That's the goal, get on the front page of Udemy. Whew. Okay, that's great. Thank you for letting me know. That's great. I'm not lying. I was just messing with you, Yeet. I was just messing with you. That's great news. Well, I just closed the page, but that would have been a good advertising opportunity. So that course that you just saw, it's linked in the description below. You can purchase it now. Use my referral link if you end up wanting to buy it, because I'll get the majority of the sale. So definitely would appreciate that. But give me a 3-minute break. I'm gonna go get a refill on my water, and when I come back, we're gonna make this whole thing a little bit more configurable, and then we're gonna try to add some animation to the map as well, and maybe some additional things like campfires and wagons and whatnot. So we'll see. I do have to stop at noon, which is in an hour, because I have a meeting. So we'll see how much we can get done in an hour when I get back. All right, I'm back. Hello, A the Ant. Welcome. Welcome. Wish me luck. About to dive into a massive procedural generation. Well, good luck. Procedural generation is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. At least in my experience. Learning to program as a completely new person to game dev. Will your multiplayer course teach the concepts of making a game start to finish by chance? I think that's my biggest problem right now. So my course lists as a requirement having some familiarity with general programming concepts. So it's definitely not oriented towards absolute beginners because I don't spend any time in any of my courses explaining any programming concepts. So I don't explain like what a variable is or what a function is or what a class is. So if you're struggling to understand those things, then my courses are probably a little bit too advanced for you at the moment. That said, on all of my courses, I made several, like 10 or so of the videos free to preview. So you can go to the Udemy page and you can watch the preview lessons and you can get a sense for how much of it you're understanding and whether you'll be able to follow along with it. And if not, well, those are just free lessons that you can watch anyway. Maybe they'll teach you something that you didn't otherwise know. So I would encourage you to take that step at least before you consider purchasing the course. But yeah, I would say generally speaking, my courses are not oriented toward absolute beginners. So it's time for game dev once again. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Jackie Daytona. Welcome. Always good to see you. So we got a new grass tile to add here. So setup, grab that paint with the texture origin. That I need to create an alternative tile for that grass. I need to paint the texture origin onto that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an export variable in here, and we're gonna do private vector2i grass atlas coordinates export tree atlas coordinates. So now here, what I'm gonna do is var atlas coordinate is equal to that. I don't want to do it that way. Matthew_rng.rand I range. Give me autocomplete. Thank you. Cool. So now that should be relatively configurable. Type of exported member is not supported. I can't export arrays of vector2i. Why can't I export arrays of vector2i? That's weird. That is somewhat disappointing. Can I do Godot.collections.array of vector2i? I guess I'm gonna have to do that. What are you doing? Copilot's going crazy. Let's see if that works, I suppose. Now, length isn't a thing. Is it count? Yeah, let's do count. Count. Okay. That's interesting. But anyway, let's build that. And so my atlas coordinates for my grass are 0, 0, and 0, 1. So now in here, I can do this. Grass atlas coordinates 0, 0, and then 0, 1. Tree atlas coordinates, I think it's 0, 2 if I'm not mistaken, or 2, 0, I mean. Which I should be able to see by opening up the tiles. Yeah, 0, 2. Or 2, 0, I mean. Goodness, I keep getting that backwards. I got it right here, though. All right, so now that should just work. Sweet. And I should be seeing the different grass texture in there now as well. It's hard to tell, but I think I am. So I could draw some more trees and stuff too, but let's actually work on getting some more decorations in here. So I've got a wagon here. I kind of want to do a campfire though. I think a campfire would be good. I might just draw in here. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. That'll work. It's just going to be smoking like this, so it's not going to be lit or anything. I mean, I could make it lit, but let's just take this and outline it. Now if I select that and I go to export, selected layers, area selection, campfire. This one is going to have to be a scene, I think. So if I go, why is the screen dimmer shader here? What? Crazy. Anyway. Yeah, I want to create a new scene with a root of node 2D. Campfire. We'll save this in scenes. Okay. Campfire.png. That'll work there, I suppose. Now let's open up our hookah. Ah, shoot. Shop container. Hookah smoke. Hookah smoke background. Oh, I see. Let's copy those. Paste those here. I said copy those. Paste them here. Why is that not working? Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Okay. I don't know why the shortcuts weren't working. That's okay. And this is using hookah smoke. I'm just going to make this unique. Okay, make that unique, and then we'll do the same. We'll just copy this and paste this. Oh, I don't know which one I was changing. Well, let's just paste them in both. Paste, paste. And then I think to cheat a little bit, since this smoke is probably going to be too large, what I might do is I just might scale this down, honestly. Scale it down, put it there. And I do think that maybe this one, I need to change the speed of this a little bit. That'll work. I hope I didn't ruin the hookah. Seems to be fine. I'm just going to inspect these things and make sure. Okay, yeah, that was definitely not the shader value I was using. Okay. I think we're good. So now we need to place this campfire somewhere. I like the new layout. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you like it. I think they need to be Godot arrays. Yeah, that's weird. Decorating the map while keeping the visual style consistent seems like hell. It can be. I think the lantern needs to light the map. It would add to the atmosphere. Well, I can't. It's hard to do a lighting effect because I need to stick to the colors that I'm having. So I would need to write some kind of shader that like brightens up the segments of the map that you're around, which I guess wouldn't be necessarily that difficult. I mean, we could try it. Dynamic lighting would be sweet. The way that I would approach it if I were to do it, is I would grab a radius around the player, and what I would do for any pixel in that radius is I would just step it up to the next brightest color in the color palette. The problem is that might not look that great, but it could work. Could it work? I don't really want to get sidetracked here, but at the same time, oh, I probably don't have a highlight shader. Card highlight? I don't know. Let's see. New shader material. Card highlight. Oh, that's not right. I don't even know what that card highlight is. Unfortunately, this would need to be a canvas group fade highlight. This is kind of a detour, but I'm curious anyway. Fade highlight.gd shader. Let's show this in file system. Rename this to canvas group fade highlight. Let's duplicate this. Fade highlight. I have so many shaders. This is the most shaders I think I've ever had in a game. Close other tabs. Anywhere where I'm using the screen texture. Hint screen texture. Actually, this might just be okay the way it is. Yeah, actually this might be okay. Maybe I didn't need to change anything. But anyway, this color rect now, if I go here and I go into this progress, oh, that's not exactly working actually. I think it would be something like that. No. Yeah, it would be a little bit tricky because I would need to, oops, I would basically need to highlight, I would need to step up the colors of the non-black colors up in the palette in a radius. So that would actually, yeah, that would be a little bit tricky. I'm sure it's doable for sure. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna have to experiment with that. I thought maybe I'd be able to get some kind of impression of what that would look like, but yeah, I don't have the proper shaders to actually visualize what that would look like. So anyway, we will tackle that later. Sounds like a stencil shader is the best bet here. Yeah, I think what I would do is I would just have like a circular mask, and then I would only affect the pixels within that mask in the shader, in the screen texture shader. Get a bright transparent circle around him and call it a day. No, I can't do transparency. Not in this game. What's a stencil shader? Somebody more intelligent than me can explain that. I don't have a very good understanding of what stencil shaders do. Shader course next. I'm not there. I'm definitely not there. How did you do those theme like Godot? Looks clean. Hello, Chizuru. It's the Godot minimalist theme. So I'll create a scene decorations array in here. What is getting... Oh, I see. So I need to create filtered Poisson points. Var scene points is equal to create filtered Poisson points map. We'll just do 48, I guess. Float radius. Actually, we can do a higher radius than that, 128. Place decorations, grass points, list. Oops, not lust. List. Vector 2. Scene points. For each var point in scene points, what I'm going to do is... So this actually needs to be changed a little bit because I think I still want the Y sorting to work. So I actually need to do a node 2D. Actually, I can put the decorations tile map underneath this and mark this as Y sort as well. Yeah. So now everything should just Y sort together. So I can just add things to the decorations here. So I can say scene is equal to scene decorations. No, that's right. Length. Scene. What are you doing? Decorations dot add child decoration. Decoration dot position is equal to point. Okay, let's build. And we can go ahead and in here add the campfire scene. All right, let's see if we get some campfires in the map. Ooh, there's a couple of them. You see them? I might have to create some bespoke textures for them because that effect doesn't look great. So I guess rather than scaling these down, I probably just need to draw different textures, which should be fine. So let's reset the transform there. We'll do, I don't know, I'm gonna change these anyway. So how tall is this? Okay, I need to make this like 9 pixels. So let's do that. Campfire, smoke, That might work. How tall is this? 8 pixels. That'll work. Do I want to outline it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Campfire smoke. Okay. Oh goodness. I'm gonna need to change some things in here. Oh, the mask is a problem. Man. Hookah mask.png. Where is that? Assets, UI, shop. Where's my hookah mask? There it is. So what did I end up? This is what? 3x8? Actually, you know what I can do? Let's make it 8x8. Yeah, we'll make it 8x8. Hookah smoke selection, selected layers, yes. And then this mask here. I mean, there's basically no point in... I'll just create a new file, it's fine. Don't save. 8x8. I'm just gonna make this very simple here. This right here, everyone watching, is why game dev takes forever. Oh. Okay, I saved that as campfire mask. Okay, that seems fine. Interesting. These parameters are a little bit weird, but that's okay. This should look better at least. Let's see what happens. Croissant points, yes. A stencil shader works like an actual stencil in that a person has made an image by cutting out parts of paper and then painting where the holes would be. The same works for a shader. It's a mask. Gotcha. Stencil shaders would work here because you set the mask as the area of the light and then adjust the mask as needed for lighting. Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, there we go. We've got a campfire up there. That actually looks really good. There's one down here too. You see it? Where my mouse is? Look at that. A very simple thing that only took like 30 minutes to do. And the map now has more life, which is great. Okay, there's definitely other stuff we can do though. What else can we do? Let me commit what I have though. And I want to make sure, again, I'm paranoid about breaking the shop container here. Just want to make sure that this hookah looks good still. I think it should. I didn't... Yeah, hookah smoke still looks fine. Good. All right. Add campfires to map. Okay, so that's working. Just adds a little bit of subtle motion to the map, which is great. You actually don't even notice them much at first, but there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and I think that's all of them. Still lurking, Neozoid? Isn't the first level supposed to be village type thing? Why not make farms and houses and such? That's a good idea, yeah. That's a good idea. I have wagons and whatnot too. I was actually thinking when you enter combat, what I wanted to do is build a background element here or something that looks like a village house. I don't know. I have so much visual work to do on this game still. What I like about this game though is I think my work on the visuals is paying off. So even though it's a lot of effort, it's making the game look really nice, generally speaking. So I'm happy about that at least. It looks more and more like a real game every day. Okay, so we added the campfires. I'm trying to think of something that I can do within the next like 30 minutes to the map. The background thing would be great. It's kind of empty and lifeless right now. Yeah, that is a big problem with the combat screen, especially right now. It's like a balance. I have to like fill the screen with interesting stuff, but also not make the background elements super distracting. Find it difficult to be motivated on a project when it's all temp art and no audio. Yeah, me too, me too. People often recommend, oh, just white box at first. It's like, I do not possess the gift of being able to see the fun in a white box game. You know, like I need camera shake, I need crunchy audio, I need visuals that look at least semi-complete, you know? Because I do think a lot of the enjoyment comes out of the actual interaction with the game and not just like the raw mechanics, but you know, I understand that advice. It's just I don't think it's applicable to everybody. Because like this is true in game jams, especially. Like I'll make a game jam game and I'll be like, I don't know how this one is turning out, but as soon as I add polish and sound effects, it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. People are gonna like this, you know. Is that people me? Yeah. Doesn't make sense for you to do it that way anyway because you're streaming it, right? Yeah. It's definitely more interesting for people to watch me create the art and stuff. But also, I think this game is beyond the prototyping stage. We're like in full development of the game now. Like this is going to be the next game that I release commercially. For sure. So. What else can we add to the map? I wanted to add birds and stuff, but the problem with doing birds is that I would have to do a frame by frame animation. I would have to break my rule a little bit. And I don't want to do that. But let me just try it. I'm gonna do, ooh, is this gonna be enough space? How do I make a little bird in this much space? Let's see. Grid settings, 4. There's probably not quite enough space. Let's do sprite canvas size. Let's do 12 by 6. View. Grid settings. See if I can add some birds. That works. Well, we can try that. I'm breaking my frame-by-frame animation rule, but it's going to be part of a particle system, so it doesn't count. Bird particles .png. So here's what I'm going to do for this map container here is I will just add... Does this all need to be a canvas group? I guess it does. Let's add a GPU particles 2D here. Oh goodness, 0, interpolate off, amount 2. This is going to need to be in the center of the screen-ish. New canvas item material, particles animation, H frames 2, new process material, quick load, bird particles, lifetime 5. Let's get the animation going first. Oh. Why can't I get this animation to work? I wish there was some better explanations of how these animations work. Why is this not working? Oh, I need to turn on particles anim loop. There we go. Let's see. Gotta turn the gravity down. Okay, is there a way to flip these now? Particle flags align Y. Does these need to be rotated? I have no idea what I'm looking at. Okay, those seem to be being rotated correctly now. It's gonna look a little bit weird, I think, but that's okay. I'm mostly just curious to see what that looks like in the map. So birds could be particles. Yeah. Frame by frame is calling my name. I know. Is there anywhere where I can see how this game plays? That's a good question. I should do that. I should do that. But no, not currently. Oh, that's wrong. I guess the bird particles are going to be a problem because it's going to be hard to align them the way that they need to be aligned. Although it looks nice though. It looks nice when they're being drawn correctly. So here's what I might do. Turn up the lifetime here. Well, the amount can be, yeah, that. And then when we go to scale, we add a scale curve here. They're going to fade in, hold for a while, and then fade out. Okay, now where's my lifetime randomness? Lifetime randomness. Let's do 0.5. No, 0.25 is fine. Okay. Could get away with 2 frames for the wing motion. Yep. It's like the devil on your shoulder. Yeah, seriously. Could you use a static frame of a bird and use shader trickery? I don't know how to effectively apply shaders to particles because particles under the hood are shaders. So I think if you wanted to modify how the actual shader texture is being rendered, you'd have to convert the particle process material to a shader and then edit that shader directly. And that is like far beyond the scope of what I can and am willing to do. So yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with some limitations here, I think. I don't know what the rule is with frame by frame. Oh, the rule is just I shouldn't be using frame by frame animation. I think I will make an exception for particles though. So if I want to have particles change frames as they're going, then I'll allow that. I'm mostly just concerned about not doing frame by frame animations for the elements of the game that you interact with. How do I change the visibility rect here? What in the heck? Oh. Whatever. See what it looks like. Fireflies would be nice. Yeah, I should add fireflies. Burb can't beat gravity. Oh, it's flying too fast now. You could go to the extreme route and animate the bird like the planes in Luftrausers. The body and wings are separate and the wings are skewed dynamically. Oh, interesting. That is interesting. Hello, Breckheck. Welcome back. Are you working full-time as an indie dev? Yeah, I mean, you could say that's my full-time job. I do have a part-time job, software engineering consulting that I do for a small amount of hours per week. But yeah, this is my main focus otherwise. They have particle shaders you can extend in Godot, right? Yeah, like I said, you can convert particles to shaders. Like you can go here and say, convert to shader material, and then you can edit it in there. I think the acceleration is too much. So the birds are not oriented correctly. Sometimes they're upside down, so that's a little bit annoying. I don't know exactly how I'm going to fix that, but also I just realized that they probably need an outline. Son of a bee. Sprite, canvas size. $16.8. Okay. Okay. Since bird particles are in, you can announce the threat by having a lot of birds fly away from the threat's location. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Just burst some birds. So I am going to need to find a way to align the birds better, but I think for the most part, it's adding quite a bit of life. So that's great. There's a bird there. You know what I should do? Instead of making it go in any direction, maybe I can just say, shoot, there's not enough control over these things. Like any bird that goes to the left here is going to be wrong. I don't know how to change that. How do I make it flip? It's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Birds are... Oh, wait. We need a full bird ecosystem with food nests. Did I read that? Anyway, that would be overkill. I might have to implement birds as a scene, honestly, if I want this to work properly. Which would be fine. It doesn't need to be particles, but... if there's not going to be a ton of them, you could always fall back to make them in GDScript. Yeah, I think that's a good way. Have it only go towards positive X, yeah. I think I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do with the birds with particles, so I think I will have to implement them as scenes that just get instantiated and then destroyed. Which will be fine because there's only a few of them. But what was the other suggestion somebody made? Fireflies, right? So let's do this. Birds as scenes, fireflies, villages, farms, wagons, fences. Try that stuff. Anyway, I think the bird sprite is fine though. The bird sprite turned out okay. So I might as well just, I know I'm not going to use the particle, but I guess I'll just keep it for now. Add birds. Fireflies would be a good add. Yeah, and I want to figure out if I can align those things around certain clusters. So in the map here, it would be nice to do the fireflies maybe in the open parts, so where there are no points, basically. So that would be good. And then, like somebody suggested in the forests, in the clumps of forests, do like eyes that blink. Oh, so I think that would be a good idea. So yeah, I think once those elements are added, this map is going to look a lot better. And then also I want to do some kind of animation when you hover over these things as well. I might change some of these icons, and then we can experiment too with illuminating the area around, which I'm not sure if that's actually going to look that great, but we can definitely try it and see what happens. But I think already the map is looking better with just the birds, even though they're not aligned properly, and the campfires that are there. So yeah, I think it's going in the right direction, just needs some more work. As the map starts, it has plenty of fireflies. As the player advances, the fireflies decrease and the birds increase. Oh, interesting. Will the decorations be seeded? I don't think the decorations are seeded, no. No, the decorations are not using the seed. So the decorations will be different, even if the map layout is the same. Farms or graveyards would fit. Yeah, I added farms. I guess graveyards would work. So anyway, I have to get ready for a meeting that I have. So I want to remind everyone that my new course is available now for purchase. This will teach you how to build a complete co-op online multiplayer game. So you'll learn all of the high-level multiplayer networking stuff that you need to know, server authoritative architecture, remote procedure calls. You'll learn about multiplayer spawner, multiplayer synchronizer, and all that good stuff. So if you've been interested in learning Godot or specifically creating multiplayer games in Godot, check out the course. Use my link in the description below. That's the referral link. My referral code, if you use it, grants me the majority of the sales. So that helps me quite a bit. I appreciate all of your support and thank you all for being here. Always love chatting with you guys. Love hearing your suggestions and all that stuff. Artem, hello. Have a good one. Yes. I hope you all have a good one as well. And good luck consulting. Thank you. See you later today. Maybe I will do a stream later today. I don't know. Again, the weekends, I don't have a set stream schedule, so hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live next and for any bonus streams. Otherwise, I'll be back here Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern, so hope to see you there. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good one.